The greatest power you will ever possess is not in your voice, your fists, or your intelligence. It is in your ability to not do the thing you desperately want to do. Every hero, every legend, every person you admire was forged in a single, silent moment where they chose to disobey their own impulse. To understand this power, you must meet a man forgotten by history, a soldier who never fired his weapon. The year is 1951 and the Korean peninsula is a frozen hell. Private First Class Lee is not a hero. He is a scared 19-year-old conscript, crouched in a trench so cold the mud has turned to iron. For 3 days, his unit has been pinned down by a machine gun nest on a ridge above them. The order comes down at dawn, a full frontal assault. It is a suicide charge. As the whistle blows, men erupt from the trench screaming, their bodies meeting a wall of bullets. Lee watches his friends fall. Every cell in his body, every primal instinct for survival screams at him to run, to flee into the hills, to save himself. And in that chaotic, deafening moment, he has the clarity to see two paths, the one his fear demands, and the one his duty implies. He does something inexplicable. He does not charge. He does not run. He sinks deeper into the trench, presses his back against the frozen dirt, and becomes utterly still. To his commanding officer, he is a coward. To the enemy, he is irrelevant. But in that absolute stillness, against the hurricane of violence, he is making a choice more difficult than any act of bravery. He is choosing to master the storm inside his own chest. The real battle is not on the ridge. It is in the trench, in the heart of a boy who is refusing to let his terror become his truth. The assault fails. The screams fade into the wind, replaced by the moans of the wounded. For hours, Lee remains in the trench, motionless. The cold seeps into his bones, a physical agony. The shame of inaction burns hotter than any bullet. His mind torments him with visions of cowardice, painting him as the sole survivor who chose disgrace over death. This is the crucible of self-control. To endure the judgment of your own conscience, to bear the weight of a choice no one understands. As dusk falls, a new sound cuts through the silence, not gunfire, but the low, guttural coughs of men. The enemy soldiers in the machine gun nest, believing the position secure, are moving. They are repositioning the gun, exposing their flank, their voices carrying on the frozen air as they prepare to abandon the ridge for the night. In his forced stillness, Lee has become a listening post. He has heard what the charging men could not, a weakness in the enemy's rhythm, a moment of vulnerability born from their assumption of victory. The impulsive courage of the charge would have been wasted. The impulsive flight of fear would have been fatal. But the disciplined, painful restraint of staying put, of controlling his panic, his shame, his very heartbeat, has granted him something far more valuable than bravery. It has granted him strategic clarity. He now possesses a piece of information that is utterly useless to a dead man, and utterly priceless to a survivor. The power was never in the trigger. It was in the breath he held while the world exploded around him. He does not become a hero that night. He does not single-handedly take the nest. Instead, under cover of darkness, he crawls back to what remains of his company. He reports the enemy's movement, their exposed position, their planned retreat. The next morning, a small, tactical strike captures the ridge with minimal casualties. The battle is won not by a furious charge, but by a cold reported fact. Private Lee is not decorated. His story is not told in history books. He simply survived, and in doing so, saved others. This is the anatomy of real power. Self-control is not the denial of feeling. It is the channeling of chaos into a usable signal. Your impulse is the raw, screaming charge, to send that angry text, to quit the job in a blaze of drama, to indulge the craving, to flee the difficult conversation. It feels powerful. It is theatrical, emotional, and utterly weak. It hands the controls of your life to your most reactive, frightened self. The real power is in the trench. It is in the pause before you speak. It is in the extra hour of study, when your brain begs for distraction. It is in choosing respectful silence over the clever insult. It is in saving the money, holding the boundary, maintaining the routine when every fiber seeks comfort. This power is invisible. It earns no applause, but it builds the architecture of a life that cannot be shaken. The world will constantly try to provoke you into firing your emotional machine gun, wasting your energy on targets that don't matter. Your mission is to stay low, to listen, to conserve your focus for the strategic move that actually changes the game. You are not here to react. You are here to respond. And between those two words lies the entire difference between a life of constant, exhausting battle and a life of genuine, unshakable command. The wisdom tales are for those who want more from life. Master the silence within the storm. That is where your true strength is waiting.